Incessantly worrying about your weight, wondering about the foods you can and cannot consume, how frequently you need to exercise, should you count calories or meal prep for the week, might make your journey to your desired weight feel so exhausting, to the point you want to give up. As discouraging as that may sound, that's not the worst part. The worst part is that unaddressed weight loss burnout may actually result in weight gain. Let's chat about ways to overcome weight loss burnout so you can achieve your fitness and health goals and feel your best. Hey health warriors, I'm Tracy, a licensed clinical social worker and nutrition coach, sharing easy ways for you to eat, move, and live a life of mental and physical wellness over 40 and beyond. I don't think the term burnout is a medical term. However, we can and undoubtedly have been burned out at work, in our personal and family lives, and yes, even on our quest for health and weight loss. For the record, even while it improves the way our bodies look and feel, the journey towards sustainable weight loss is a source of stress, and our bodies are very much aware of this. Burnout is the nasty side effect of prolonged stress. Remember that Thursday morning when you woke up and you didn't have the energy to prepare yourself a nutritious meal or go for a walk, let alone complete a full workout routine. You remember that morning you could not even imagine doing one more thing to lose weight, and you resolved that you no longer cared, where all you could do was cry. That was the day you stood face to face with weight loss burnout. Well, it's time to have a different kind of morning, a morning where you are overcoming and getting ahead of and preventing weight loss burnout. Are you ready? When we began our weight loss journey and started to notice the things that were working, the foods that felt right and energizing, that stopped our jeans from feeling tight, and doing workouts that didn't leave us pleading for mercy, unable to walk. More often, on purpose and instinctively, we return to those things the next day, the next week, because they've been vetted and we know and like the ending. Keep doing what's working is good advice until you start to feel burned out, even though it's working. So what to do? Take a few days and shake things up. I wonder what it would feel like if you altered your workout for a time, where you swapped out your normal HIIT routine for a dance workout, or gave kettlebells or resistance training a try. Moving right along, shake things up in the kitchen, changing up even just one meal. Instead of having that PB&J smoothie for breakfast, eat a solid food meal equivalent. And I am not even going to begin to fight you over swapping out that everything but the kitchen sink salad. You could test out a different type of salad dressing. Shaking things up and expanding our comfort zone has brought to my mind the next way to overcome weight loss burnout. Did you find it simpler to do addition or subtraction math problems? For me, it was addition. That was the best, since subtraction had a tendency to reduce numbers past zero to negative numbers. And I was, and still am, utterly annoyed at trying to figure out negative numbers. Diets tend to focus on subtraction, cutting out carbohydrates, or cutting out fats, or reducing and restricting fruit consumption unless it's the 7th Wednesday of the month when the sun is out in conjunction with the moon being visible, and a host of other things that could, would, should be eliminated or subtracted. By week 5 of this, burnout starts to send text messages regarding its upcoming visit. What to do when this happens? Start by adding back some of the favorite foods you stopped allowing yourself to eat. Build them in deliberately, regularly, getting ahead of binging tendencies. Consider arranging to eat your favorite food once a week or once a month as part of a meal. By simply loosening the reins on our meticulous meal plans, we can start to build a barrier between feeling deprived and emotionally impulsively eating. So what one food will you partake in once a week or once a month? Some people have the incredible capacity to get out of bed, hop in their car or on a plane, and leave for a trip the same day. However, some people like me need to know in advance of the trip. I need to plan. I kind of like how it all builds up, the anticipation of it all. Either approach is effective, since the final outcome is the same, to embark on a great trip. Mind running with this analogy just a bit? If you are currently experiencing weight loss burnout, you might benefit from taking a brief vacation from your weight loss efforts. I I know. The best time to start this is before you experience a full-blown bout of weight loss burnout. You can utilize this before the burnout, during the burnout, just the same. Predetermine the amount of time you want to be eating and using exercise to create a caloric deficit. Then set a pause time and length. For example, let's say your objective is to be in a calorie deficit for 16 weeks. Plan for a mini vacation for 3 to 4 days, even up to a week, where you allow yourself to increase your calorie intake by 150 to 200 calories. Better yet, eat at maintenance calories come week 7 or 8 during the calorie deficit time phase. After your predetermined vacation time, return back to eating in a slight caloric deficit for the remainder of the time you had left for that predetermined deficit or eating lower calorie time. If you have been regularly allowing yourself to eat foods you once subtracted in moderate portions during the time you were eating in a deficit, and you continue to eat more whole, minimally processed foods during your vacation time frame, to your delight, you may notice subtraction happening on the scale. Does that sound good? Let's take a trip down memory lane. Did you cheer and clap when the little engine that could pushed and pushed past the limitation of being the smallest engine? I know I did. I would imagine from that day forward, he kept repeating that victory, even seeking out new things to conquer. Then I wonder, how is he able to maintain and stay sharp to achieve each feat thereafter? Just like vehicles made of metal and used for transportation, our bodies, our vehicles made of water, cells, organs, bacteria, and the like, both need to make routine visits to the mechanic to check and repair the evidence of wear and tear, a phenomenon that occurs when we are actively trying to lose weight. Burnout during weight loss is inevitable without routine breaks for rest and recuperation. How many of the 7 days in a week do you consciously set aside to practice more gentler types of movement? How many days, if any, are you setting your schedule to allow you to go to bed earlier, sleeping for longer than 6 or 7 hours? Choose one and try it this week. Then let me know what kind of difference you notice. It is common practice to begin with a rough draft or formula of the final blueprint, whether building a new house or even trying a new recipe, isn't it? If we take from the steps used to design a new home or a new recipe, isn't there this continual process of analyzing, reworking until it is exactly as it needs to be? If weight loss burnout is the thing we want to avoid or conquer, it would be wise for you and I to think about our why and what. During my evaluation time, I tend to reflect to see how to structure my goals to be more intrinsically driven, such as maintaining my health to prevent the recurrence of a tumor or tumors, or keep past symptoms of chronic fatigue at bay, versus goals that are more extrinsically based, like hitting a certain number on the scale, wearing a particular size, even to the detriment of my health, or to get praise from others. I have come to realize and appreciate that based on my height and age, there is a weight range that is recommended. At the higher end of that range, my abs may not be as flat, yet I do notice hormonally I feel better, sleep better, have more energy, move and recover better. There are some seasons I am living at a weight near the lower end of the targeted weight range for my body type, and other seasons I am at the midpoint or even at the upper range. Having this awareness makes me feel less stuck and capable of preventing weight loss burnout before its onset, because I feel comfortable pulling back, doing all of the things that we talked about before. Which one of the previously mentioned solutions will you implement to prevent weight loss burnout from preventing you from eating well, staying active?